What's up, Blazers? It is I, Hope Giselle, and this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment, or visit sponsor and supporter links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now, let's start the show.
You're locked in to the hottest station on the
planet. Hello, Blazers. We are back with yet another episode of After the Blaze. I am your co-host, 50 Shades of Ghey, and I am accompanied by Miss Free from Blaze Entertainment. Miss Free, how are you doing this evening?
Good. How are you, 50?
I'm a little, under the weather, but I'm getting better, getting better by the day.
That's good. That's good.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to just go ahead and jump right into this thing. First of all, I want to talk about Miss Laverne Cox landing her first non-transgender role. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it provides, it kind of takes her out of the box, you know what I'm saying, rather than being put in roles that are traditionally for transgendered women. I think it's great. I think that she's able to play a woman role, and I think it's very important that other networks and other television shows recognizes that even though she is a transgender woman, she's still a woman, you know?
Right, definitely. And I definitely agree with you with that. And also, I think that her landing a non-transgender role, I think that's also monumental in the transgender community because it makes other girls, it gives them that extra boost of confidence that, even if I do want to pursue acting, I can, play roles that are cisgender roles, if you will. And I don't have to be boxed into this category of being a trans woman and playing trans woman roles. So I definitely agree with you on that as well. Next thing, Chris Brown threatening Karrueche's best friend. Didn't we just talk about this like a few months ago?
I think we talked about Karrueche getting the restraining order on Chris Brown.
Right.
Now it's her best friend.
I'm like, what? I'm with Kwame. Like, what the fuck is going on with him? I feel like somebody needs to jerk him up by his fucking collar and force him into a corner and just ask him, like, what the fuck is going on? And whenever I listen to you guys' episode, Blaze Entertainment, your latest episode, I was like, let me just research, because, I didn't want Kwame to read us for not researching. So I did my research, and I wanted to know what was actually said. So according to the sources in which I relied on, Chris Brown went up to the guy, and he was yelling in his face, shit like, it's 2017, I'm going to fuck you up every time I see you, so you better get the fuck out of here, or I'll lay your ass out. I'm like, who is his friend, first of all? If somebody came up to me in my face, talking like that, one of us are going to be like,
I'm gonna lay you out.
Right. You're not going to be threatening me. Fuck a restraining order. I'll get a restraining order on your ass after I beat your ass.
Exactly. But come on.
I really think that Chris Brown, the doctor needs to order a psychological examination on him, because I think some of his screws are a little loose up top. Like, I can't. I don't know.
Chris Brown. He's like one of those celebrities I'm tired of talking about, because they always in the news for something, whether it's real or fake.
Right.
It's always something with Chris Brown, and I wanted him to do well, but at this point, I don't know if I care that much anymore. Like, do whatever you want.
Next thing, Mr. Jordan Peele.
How do you feel about his success?
He definitely earned it. Like, that movie was fucking phenomenal. And honestly, I don't think he expected the movie to be as successful as it was. And I don't think he expected the movie to have all of those hidden gems in it. But for him to make history by that movie being the first black movie to gross $100+ million, like that, he deserves a fucking pat on the back, several shots of Hennessy, 6 blunts, and seven bad bitches in the back of a limousine. Like, that's definitely commendable.
I definitely hope that he wins an Oscar or something for this movie. It's such a great movie. And my question to you, 50, would be, you saw the movie, right?
I did, yes.
So, spoiler alert for anybody listening. What was your favorite part? Like, what stood out to you the most of the movie?
Oh my gosh, I was listening to you guys' episode, and I knew this question was going to come up. It's so hard because after, like you said on y'all's last episode, Blaze Entertainment, the things really didn't stick out until after I watched the movie and I read the little hidden gems in the movie. So it's hard for me, but if I were to be forced to pick one favorite scene from the movie, I think my favorite scene would be the ending where the police came. Because given all of the shit that we have to deal with like police brutality and so on and so forth, I felt like that particular scene, it displayed it, and it basically, people expected him to get arrested and charged with, the murders of everyone in the home. But then it turned out that it was actually his friend rescuing him. I almost shedded several tears whenever that scene played. I'm like, bitch.
I'm just like I said before on our podcast, I'm just so happy that he let us win at the end. That's it.
Exactly. And I also, did you know there is an alternative ending?
Yes, I do.
Y'all talked about that. I believe I talked about that.
I didn't talk about it because I didn't want to spoil anybody, but spoiler alert.
I'm not going to do another. Right. Spoiler alert. So there's not an actual scene that was taped, but the script was released. So basically, in the alternative ending, he actually goes to jail and he is charged with everybody's murder.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm glad it ended the way that it did. We can do without the alternative ending.
We could, and I could go about this for hours and days.
Right. So let's just go to the next thing, Beauty and the Beast. So apparently a northeastern Alabama theater banned the showing of Beauty and the Beast because it has gay characters.
How do you feel about that?
I can't. I tried to, but I realized that it's impossible. And whenever I heard it on Blaze Entertainment, I was like, before I formulate my own opinion, let me just read up on it and do some research. And I ran across the quotations that I think she's like the owner. I ran across her quotations, and she said things like, "We will not compromise on what the Bible teaches." She went on to say, "You can feel free to come watch wholesome movies without worrying about sex, nudity, homosexuality, and foul language."
So she's going to ban. I hope she's going to ban all the movies, every single one, if we're going to stick to that.
Exactly. And the killer part about them making this preemptive motion is none of them have seen the movie. They're basically going off of hearsay and what they have read online. I'm just like, how can you, why would you make that decision and you haven't seen the movie yourself? I can't. It's so
ignorant.
Fucked up.
It's ignorant. But you know what? The movie's going to win anyway, so we don't need their revenue.
It has already won. Right. Yeah. So, anyways, I would expect nothing more than that out of Alabama because we are in what they refer to as the Bible Belt. So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
moving on.
Right along, right. Naomi Campbell and Rihanna, the beef between the two. I think I can agree with you. Like when you said that Naomi Campbell threw that Mariah Carey-esque shade.
It felt like that in my spirit. I knew it was that.
And her facial expressions and her mannerisms, I'm like, oh my gosh, like she just read Rihanna without actually reading Rihanna.
Right.
Now, I did some research because I wanted to find out where the root of the beef stemmed from, and I can't find anything. The only thing I ran across was somebody said that Rihanna felt some type of way because Naomi Campbell unfollowed her on Instagram or something. Somebody unfollowed somebody and somebody was in their feelings. And I'm just like, come on now, those are two adults. If you're upset because somebody unfollows you, bitch, you got bigger don't you got bigger fucking fish to fry? Why are you worried about this shit? So I really couldn't get to the root, the nitty gritty of why they're beefing, but you know, that interview was every fucking thing, and her responses. I live for Naomi Campbell.
I'm an actor. I was like, Naomi Campbell, you ain't fooling nobody. Nobody over here, girl. We know that you ain't like Rihanna, and Rihanna ain't like you. For whatever reason.
I really want to figure out what the fuck is going on because I'm still at loss. But anyway.
I hope something pops up later.
Hopefully. Because I'm going to be on it. Right. Next thing. I'm as tired of hearing about this bitch than you are hearing about fucking Chris Brown and his mental disabilities. Danielle Bergali, the Cash Me Outside girl, is getting her own TV show. First of all, who the fuck do I need to get in contact with so that I can land my first TV show? Because, like,
for real,
at this point, I feel like these people are just dishing out TV shows. They think that, people are going to catch on to these shows because, they caught on to these catchphrases. But, bitch, who is still saying Catch Me Outside? How about that? Who's still saying that? It was hot for a good, fucking 30, maybe 60 days. Nobody's saying the shit. And you think that this fucking catchphrase, this fucking catchphrase is going to, lead to this bitch's relevance, but it's not. The bitch is going to be irrelevant.
I just don't understand. Like I said before on Into the Blaze, I was like, I can't. I don't I don't understand. Her 15 minutes has been done. Why are we continuing trying to give her more attention? She needs help. She doesn't need a reality TV show. She needs therapy.
Right. I'm so sick of them legitimizing ignorance. It's just, I can't, and she actually has a following, and I'm like, okay. But, such is life. Yeah. I'm not going to make it seem like I'm hating on that hoe because she's landed the show and I'm still working a 9 to 5, but, it is what it is. I'm sick of hearing Cash Me Outside. How about that? If you still using it, bitch, you need to go tumble down some steps with motherfucking cinder blocks attached to your ankles. Anyway, moving right along. I don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta anymore, but I did hear you all speaking on it, so I hope you watched it.
I don't.
This last episode. You don't? Fuck.
I don't.
Because I want to know.
It was never my thing. Never.
Right, and I tried, but I can't do it. I just want to figure out what the tea is between Portia and Candy. Like, apparently they had a thing.
Yeah, I think based on what I heard, Portia made some accusations that Candy wanted to take her to some kind of dungeon and have sex with her. Something wild and outlandish that didn't make any sense whatsoever. Now they got beef. Basically.
Now, Candy is a freak. Candy is a freak. She got a whole adult toy line. I don't put nothing past Miss Candy. She probably did ask to put her tongue in her sugar bowl, but that's none of our business.
But I heard Candy gave out some receipts or something that proved otherwise. I'm not sure what the whole schmeal deal is, but
Lord Jesus. So
I feel like
we won't focus much on that. Next thing, Ben Carson and his comment about black people being immigrants.
I'm very curious as to what you got to say on that.
I think that is such a fucked up way of thinking. Whenever I originally heard about that, I looked up the definition of an immigrant, and I was like, Ben Carson, aren't you like a neurosurgeon? Like, didn't you go through extensive fucking education for you to be able to differentiate between a fucking slave and an immigrant? Like, fucking black people decided one day, I'm going to choose to be a fucking immigrant today. It's so,
let me just go hop over the pond.
Right, let me just go hop on a fucking boat with all these white people whipping me and forcing me to do their dirty, fuck for fucking real. And to add fucking insult to injury, I keep seeing these videos of his ugly ass, nappy head ass wife attempting to fucking sing, and I'm over it.
He has a wife that's singing?
Yeah, you haven't heard the videos?
No, heck no.
I will send them to you. Send them to you. She sung the fucking national anthem at one of his rallies whenever he was doing whatever he was doing. Yeah, I'll send them to you, and
yeah,
you will
for sure.
And
I can show Kwame that too. That's gonna be great.
Yes, indeed. So I heard your stance on it, and I agree with both of y'all. Like that is not what I expect to hear coming out of a neurosurgeon's mouth.
Well, I think he paid for his degree, so there's that.
Ooh, now that's a motherfucking read. If a read ain't a read, yeah. Look, they make them when you got the coin. So if you got the coin to pay for it, then bitch, you just skated your way through a fucking medical school.
Exactly.
I ain't heard that shit. Next thing, American Idol star LaPortia Renee claims she chose to be straight after a lesbian stint. I'm going to take a few breaths. Okay, so first of all, I used to really go up for La Pork Chop. I used to really go up for La Buick. I used to really go up for Miss Piggy until she made that comment that she made a few months ago about gay people. And, I'm all for, people making their stance and displaying their opinions in whatever method in which they do. But like in LaPortia's, in her field, you have to be careful.
Right.
So you went on this long ass tangent talking about how the Bible says this and the Bible says that, and per my religion, this is how homosexuality is viewed. And then you come out trying to fucking backpedal, talking about how you have dealt with and you chose another lifestyle. You didn't want to live that lesbian lifestyle, if you will. LaPortia Renee is, the best way to explain her is she's fighting for relevance, and she's willing to risk her fucking reputation for that relevance because she knows that's a real touchy fucking subject.
Right.
And if you don't tread lightly, bitch, the people are going to come for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think at this point, her publicist needs to step in and be like, Miss Piggy,
give me back
I
that
need
wheel.
for you. Give it back. Give it back, bitch. Give it back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I just think it's unfortunate that people are using the Bible as a means to justify, and I keep saying this over and over again, as a means to justify their hate and their bigotry towards other people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And for her to say something like that, like I said on Blaze Entertainment, it's perpetuating that the debate over whether you choose that lifestyle or not, or you choose to be gay, or you choose, like, I I have a problem with people like that. Like, just
Exactly.
stay out of their business. Why does it matter to you so much? Why did you feel the need to get on the internet or TV and speak about it? I don't understand. I don't.
Right. And I agree with Kwame. Like, do you really think that I woke up one fucking morning and I was like, oh my gosh, bitch, I think I want to be attracted to niggas. Like, I think I want to be gay. Bitch, let me put this switch in my walls. Let me, get rid of all of my wardrobe and go buy tight, form-fitting clothes. Let me be gay. Like, people fail to realize whenever they, force those opinions that, homosexuality or lesbianism is a choice. Like, do you really sit back and think to yourself what the fuck individuals in the LGBTQ plus community, what we go through, what goes through our mind, how hard it is to be gay and to be black. Like, I don't think people really consider those nuggets whenever they try to force their opinion and make it seem like one day we just switched on this homosexual light switch. Like, come on now.
Right. And it's like the roles were reversed. Nobody else wakes up and like, oh, I'm going to be straight today. Like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. For them to even say something like that doesn't make sense to me either. Like, who wakes up like that? Oh, let me go be extra gay today. Like,
exactly. And, like, I'm all for, people who are religious. I'm all for that. But at the same time, it's like people need to understand when to shut up and how to shut up. Like, don't nobody need to hear all of that shit. Like, I can go on and on about this.
Yeah.
I can go on and on, but
I didn't even know who she was. Let's leave her back in the dark.
Right. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was you guys' Get Out review. You finally went to see the movie.
Yes.
Awesome. So when the movie first started, and I know we've already talked about this, but I have to mention this. When the movie first started, and they drove through, they were driving through the driveway, and they rode past Walter. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong. If I were in that front seat with that white bitch, and I drove past Walter, and I spoke to Walter, and Walter acted like he didn't want to speak back to me, and I could see the fucking fear on Walter's face. I would have been like, Rose, was that her name?
Yes.
I would have been like, Rose, bitch, take me back home. Take me back home. Like, you can look like I knew it was some shit when they came up to that fucking driveway and Walter was out there working in the field. I knew it was some shit.
And his spirit let him know early on in the movie. His spirit let him know. He knew something was wrong.
Listen to your fucking spirit, nigga. Now you're in here fighting up all these white people. Whoo! That movie had me
Jesus said, Rose, I'm dropping you off, taking this car back, and chilling in my apartment.
Listen, that movie taught me a lot of lessons. And I'm like you and Kwame. When I left that movie theater, I was mad at every fucking white person that I walked past. I walked out of the movie theater in front of a husband and a wife. They were white. And I was purposely trying to listen to what they were saying because I was ready to pop off. I was ready to pop off. And I was just fucking, like, every fucking white person that I walked past, I side-eyed them. Like, bitch, I want you to say something.
Right.
Say something. I want you to.
Did you happen to hear what they were saying?
I didn't.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm glad that I was unable to hear what they were saying because, I probably would have, like, completely blew it out of proportion. So maybe it's a good thing. I wouldn't be able to be on After the Blaze and stuff like that. But
yeah, because we would have had to come get you out of jail or something.
All right. I'm not trying to go to jail, fighting for my virginity. Well, that's all I have.
Okay, well, yes, I do. We did have a listener letter from, I think her name was Jemiah, and she basically wanted to know from all the hosts, what were you looking in a significant other, and I believe it was, how do you tell the difference between love and lust and the emotional versus the physical? What's your take on that from Miss Jemiah?
So am I answering both questions? What do I look for in a significant other?
Yes.
Okay. So first, through, experience after experience, I have learned that some of the things that I sought after in a significant other, it was too much. So now, instead of looking for the physical, I'm looking for things like someone who's trustworthy, someone who is honest, someone who, is goal oriented, somebody whose drive matches my drive, somebody the things that actually matter, not whether or not this person is extremely flamboyant or feminine or top or bottom or versatile, the things that actually don't matter. I look for the things that do matter. Now, with regard to differentiating between love and lust, first, I believe you have to understand what love is before you can understand what love feels like.
Okay.
And when you find yourself in those situations where you're in love with someone, you'll know that you're in love because you have that deeply rooted gut feeling that's unshakable, unbreakable, no matter what you do. You have that feeling. Now, if it's somebody that you're lusting after, you'll have some of those feelings, but you'll also have those sensual feelings, those feelings of, oh, I gotta get me some dick every night, every hour on the hour, every minute on the minute, every day of the week. I feel like you'll be able to differentiate between the two.
Okay.
But again, you have to first understand what love is before you can understand what love feels like. Does that make sense?
I think so. Well, I couldn't answer Jemiah's question because I'm still, like you said, I'm struggling with that whole situation.
Right.
I'm still trying to, understand fully what it is that I want personally. Right now in this moment, and something like that, I don't think I fully understand myself yet.
Right, and honestly, I don't think I can and I speak from experience, and I speak from just listening to other people's take on the two, and so that allowed me to kind of sort of formulate an unbiased opinion on it. But I really definitely believe that you should understand what love is before you can understand what love feels like. All
right, amen. I agree. Sure. Well, I think
that was a nice little letter.
It was, right?
Thought provoking. Ooh, that made me think a lot of it.
Yeah, thanks, Jemiah. I believe it's Jemiah. Watch me get this wrong.
Oh.
I believe it's Jemiah. Jemiah, girl, hey.
Right.
All right, is that all?
That is all. That's all I have. That was great. Thank you so much for being my fill-in co-host today.
You are welcome. You are very welcome. And we very much miss Hope.
Yes. And Hope, come back.
Hope, come back. Baby, come back.
Y'all make sure y'all whisper a prayer for Hope tonight. She lost a loved one, so send out some positive vibes and stuff for our co-host, Hope.
All right, guys. Don't forget to check us out on intotheblaze.com and our mother network, pyromedianet.com. You can find me at Twitter at MissyFree23. At me, so I know it's real. Where can they find you?
I can be found on Instagram or Facebook at 50 Shades of Ghey. That's not P, Jesus. 50 SHADESOFGHEY.
Okay.
Because the girls be getting it wrong. I've been called everything but the right thing, so I got to make sure I put that out there.
All right, then that's it, guys. We'll see you next week, I believe, right?
Yep.
All right, bye.
Hey, guys, it's Kwame. Are you loving the show? Also, check out Blaze Entertainment, joined by my co-host, Miss Free, as we cover some of pop culture's most popular TV shows and give our 2 cents on the hot topics and trending news in a blunt and hilarious way. As 2 friends working hard every day to make a living for ourselves, we utilize Blaze Entertainment as a place to vent and release our feelings about everyday life. You don't want to miss an episode. Visit entertheblaze.com for more information.